Hello again, Ferrari collectors. This is a resin model of the 812 Superfast. Kind of a weak name, I think, for a car, but you should just call it the 812. I don't know why they have to have Superfast, but let's look at this thing here. It's got a little outline, and what's this say? Does that say Sacrilegious auto model? I think it does. That's kind of funny because I don't think this is licensed, so they're just admitting that this is wrong. Right? It's kind of interesting. Okay. I don't even know if there was a brand listed when I bought this off AliExpress, but let's see what's going on here. If it's used, hopefully it's not. It looks kind of... Well, the tape is still kind of loose and intact. Got a little cleaning cloth with the Sacrilegious logo. The bottom's got some fingerprints, but doesn't seem to have scratches, so yeah, at least it wasn't, I don't think, displayed on a shelf. It may have just been inspected by the dealer. There's a little dust in there as well, so it may have been opened. Alright, let's see what the Wikipedia says. This thing is a front mid-engined car. It has a 6.5 liter V12 making almost 800 horsepower. It was designed by the Ferrari Styling Center under Flavio Manzoni. It has, excuse me, it has a 7-speed gearbox, and runs on 20-inch wheels. And it was produced between 2017 to 2024. It was a successor to the F12 Berlinetta, and it will be succeeded by the F12 Cylindri. Never heard of that. That cover was quite loose. Trying to get this speck of dust off here. Hold on. You don't want to really use paper towels on stuff because paper is abrasive, wood products, so cotton-based is better. Alright. It's kind of a hard angle to compare it to, but it's the side view I usually really compare it to, looking at the lines of the body. Let's try matching up the front here. That photo's a little bit too big, of course, but it's pretty close, right? Yeah, actually, I would say, I mean, all the lines seem to match up. I mean, the wheels, yeah, that's a pretty good comparison. Alright, let's take a look at the back view. Huh. This one has a red bottom, but I'm sure these cars are really expensive. You can get whatever colors you want to have done. Top front view. Okay, I think that's enough for the photo comparisons. Well, we got a little photo etched metal plate here. It's like it's not very shiny. It looks like it's not sandblasted, but it's got like a streaked effect to it, and then it was etched away. It's got the Sacrilegious logo there. Apparently there's around 300 of this color. Okay, so let's start on this side with this wheel. Well, the Ferrari horse is in the upright position. The spokes, you know, they're naturally looking a little bit chunky because the thing was shrunken down 64 times, but the general angling of the spokes and all that looks pretty good, so nothing too drastically wrong there. I'm trying to just get a flashlight and see if there's any brakes. Yes, you have a yellow caliper, and it seems like there's probably a decal on there. Maybe it says Ferrari. The actual rotor looks like it might have some etching of some cross drilling. The brake is actually pretty far back there. Let me zoom in here. Alright, we'll need a flashlight after all. So, yeah, and now I'm seeing the Ferrari logo is a little bit off from the center. There's some dimples there for the lug nuts. All in all, it's alright, I guess. It's not the greatest decal application, but at least it's there. The tire itself is rounded, it's not slab-sided, so that's nice, and you don't see truck knobbies on the side view, so that's good. It is squished to the base quite a bit, but that's actually kind of realistic to real cars. You know, rubber tires deform. Maybe that's too squished though. Then we see this clear blinker or reflector or marker, I don't know what you want to call it, and a little extra glue residue. It's I guess you could pick away at the glue. I'll do it later. The Ferrari badge here looks nice, and it's under the clear coat, so that will never peel up or crack off, so that's good. This little vent, let's see. Yeah, I'm guessing there's a separate black piece in there. I don't know if you can, I can't tell if there's a texture. It's too, I think there might be a texture on that. It's hard to say. Let's get a light in there. You know, maybe that's just going through to the tire. Hold on, let me see if I can. No, I don't know. No, it's bottoming out, so. Well, anyways, it's dark in there. I guess that's all that really matters. So the bottom side sill, we have a carbon graphic. It looks nice, and it's very smooth. So again, I think that's under the clear coat, that graphic. So very nice. The door handle area is kind of vanished. There's just too much paint there, right? There's no like recess for the finger that I see in the side view. It's just a blob sticking out. But it does have a lock. I'm going to guess that might be a photo etched piece there. The panel gaps are naturally very thin, much thinner than this toothpick at least. The separate side mirror is nice. It's got this little matte. Oh, I see. This triangle is part of the window molding, which is a separate piece. It's painted like a crinkle finish black. Then the mirror is still quite glossy, and the bottom of it's painted black, and it's got a reflective sticker in there. Yeah, there you go. Going to the rear, this badge looks a little bit better centered. I think that's a little bump to show like the valve for the wheel. And then again, the brake is nice. It's just set back quite a bit. That might be accurate to the real car. I can't really tell. And it does have treads. It's just that you don't see them from the side, and that's the way the photos look to me. The thing is slammed a bit. Actually, a lot. There's supposed to be an air gap here. Look at the side view. So this is, you know, the issue. These people that assemble these, they crank them on really tight, probably to keep it maybe from possibly breaking off during shipping. Yeah, they're not gonna fix that. That model's now loose. It's wobbling, but that tire flat spot is the way it is. So it's just the design or the assembly of this thing where they pretty much have it slammed to the ground. I'm not really bothered by slammed cars because I've lowered the suspension of my Miata back when I had it, and it handles better. Okay, well, going to the front, we have some black on the front bottom, but let me zoom in again, see if there's a carbon decal there. Oh, what do you know, there is. From afar, it just looks black. In fact, even this looks black to the naked eye, but yeah, under magnification, it actually has a carbon effect. Unfortunately, not enough going around to the back. You can see that red peeking through. One nice thing here is this really tiny vent has black in there. I mean, this is a toothpick, right? This is meant to go between your teeth. And look how small that is. That's crazy. Very impressive. A little detail caught there. So yeah, now we have this carbon also coming up on this area here, and it's very smooth again under the clear coat. And then I'm guessing this is a separate piece here. This is definitely a separate piece of a grill. Looks like it might be photo etched. And then the prancing horse is photo etched, or maybe it's a shiny sticker, but it looks like a piece of metal to me. Look at it. Look how sharp the edges are of that horse. And maybe the extra bit behind it is just glue residue, just like a blob of glue. The Ferrari badge on the hood, or front of the hood here, is really small, and under the clear coat. Fantastic. Let me resituate the camera here. What I'm curious of now is, well, is this grill passing air? I think it is. Yeah, I can see some red back there. Can't see much else. There's no radiator put back there, but still pretty nice. And then oh, what's going on with these side air vents here? I feel like there's a vent here, but no. What is this? Okay, that's going in, but is it missing from here? Yeah, see that? The two sides here have grills, but this one, oh, it's just not put in properly. It's on the side and not really... See, there's too much red showing on the bottom right here. So that's unfortunate. Although, to the naked eye, it's so dark in there. Unless it's magnified and you have a flashlight, you wouldn't see it much. Through this camera screen, I am noticing, again, a red poking through here. The decal just wasn't put on properly, or it's not big enough, or it cracked or something. Just gonna finish off the sides here. That all looks okay. Now again, this is just too crushed. See, that's not good. It's so crushed that it looks like there's an air gap here between the tire and the wheel. So such a simple thing they could do is not crush it to the base. It'll make the model look nicer, right? But look, it's just permanently deformed that tire now. I also feel like this wheel isn't centered properly. See how tight it is here and gappy it is there? This side, it's not as bad. Oh well. I guess you could take it apart and break it off and move it forward, but I'm not going to bother. It is nice that these are under the clear coat again. Very good, very good. That door handle again is barely noticeable. It's too much red. Oh, what is up with this rear wheel? It is so jagged. Wow, what the heck is up with this? This is just a really messed up wheel. That one's alright. The other two on the other side seemed okay. So that is really ugly to look at. I don't even understand. I guess maybe this is a molded wheel and it's just, I don't know, maybe it came out of the mold poorly, but it just looks all messed up like someone drove it against a curb. At least it's centered in the wheel well. Carbon back here is nice and smooth under the clear coat again. I'm pretty sure these are metal tubes for the exhaust tips because you can kind of see some cut marks, and then they have some depth to them and black in the middle, so that's good. It's all black down here. It's nice to see a license plate, and even this might be under the clear coat. I think it is, so that'll never fall off either, so that's great. This horse again looks really nice. And then we have some translucent red taillights with some silver in the middle. That's silver, I don't know if it's paint or clear resin. I magnified 4 times already, so looks like it might be clear resin because it looks like there's light bouncing around in the center of those taillights. Looks pretty nice, whatever they did there. So now we have a third brake light that I barely noticed. I'm gonna guess that's a piece of resin. Is this even under the clear coat? No, I can feel an edge right there. Okay. Tiny, tiny slits of vents here. Toothpick can't even really get in there, and there's probably black paint in there, so that's nice. Guess we'll start with the top rear. Alright, so we have a Ferrari badge in the rear window, and it's up in the correct orientation. This carbon again, under the clear coat, looking super smooth, very cool. There's actually air, I think, passing here, so that's neat. And then the black of the window is on the back side of this plastic, so that looks nice. It's very shiny. There's nothing really under that glass, just a black cover for the trunk, I guess. Or there's a little bit of a grill here, but it's under the glass. Okay, carbon up here looks smooth again. Panel cuts seem very thin. Very nice clear coat there. Oh, some vent detail here, separate piece. Okay, on the hood, yep, separate pieces. You can hear that vent detail. And then the headlights here, yeah, very thin plastic. Seems to be a little bit of a blackout on the edges. And then 3 shiny things. I don't know if that's paint or actual inserts. Let's see if we can get a front view and guess what's going on. Well, the main headlight, I'm guessing that's like a resin drop maybe on a piece of metal. Looks like it is bulging out. These tiny things here, maybe that's paint. I think those are paint. It is red at the top though. I'm not sure if it should be that way, but it's on both sides. Same there, it's red back there, this light bucket. Huh, you know, I don't know. I kind of feel like the light bucket should be black. So they didn't paint that, unfortunately. It's hard to say. Anyways, little slit of a detail vent here in black paint in there, but not so well laid in there. It looks like I'm seeing red and stuff. That's a pretty easy fix though if you have an acrylic paint, water-based paint. Alright, the wiper blades, they are bent perpendicular to the windscreen, so that's impressive. And they are kind of plain looking. There's no not much skeletonization. Well, maybe there on the arm you can see some skeletonization there. So I take that back. Those are nice wiper blades. Alright, and then they painted this little section here a matte black, which is nice, different from the gloss black. So the dashboard is really neat looking. There's a separate insert of a vent there, and then we have some red decal accents. Looks alright. Going into the seats, yeah, we got some red striping there as decals, and some molded details on the seat cushions. That center console looks like it's supposed to be carbon fiber, and it's got some silver panels and some round dials there now we can see. The steering wheel, it's got paddle shifters. There's a photo etched piece of metal there. And then we have the logo on the steering wheel. Let me get a different angle here. See how this one works. Get a flasher on the other side, that might help us. Instruments, maybe? It's so deep that gauge. I can't get an angle to see if there's actually a tachometer there. Maybe later on we'll see it. There's some red on the steering wheel, some of those switches, maybe some silver as well. Yeah, some steering wheel switches. Some vent detail over there, possibly painted silver. Okay. There's a rear view mirror, just looks like a photo etched piece of metal because it's so thin. I think there might be text in between the center vents right there. Yeah, I think that might say Ferrari or something. It's something. I can't read it though, it's too small. Now let's see if we can see some brake pedals down there. Yeah, well there you go. I don't know, it looks like a decal to me, but that's fine. Yeah, there you go. So it looks like cross-drilled pedals or something. And there's some yellow down there by the door. What would that be for? Is that text? Why would there be text down there? But, like, there would be no yellow paint on this body. It would be red, right? So that's kind of strange. Don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, that whole center console is a decal, it looks like. It's too shiny to be paint. The floorboards are just matte black, it seems. Let's see if there's seat belts or anything like that. There's like supposed to be a logo there on the headrest of the seats. Maybe an air pocket between the headrest and the lower part of the seat. But I don't see any sort of seat belts or even seat belt buckles. So that's an oversight that some other brands might have. It's not a big deal though. Okay. Yeah, door panel seems okay. There's a hand grab. I wonder if it looks like it might be painted silver. Yeah. Some sort of silver effect on the door. Yeah, I cannot tell. Oh, there's the gauge. I see it. It's yellow. It's really hard to see with the steering wheel in place. I wonder if we can see it through the back window. This back window is tinted quite a lot. It's, see? It's not as clear as the other windows, so I can't really see the gauge through the back window. That's too bad. Alright, no big deal. So really, it's that wheel. Like, these wheels look fine, right? The front wheel looks fine. What is up with that rear wheel? It's so nasty to look at. Ugh. It's unfortunate. I don't know if I'm going to buy another one or not. Probably not. Okay, I have the predecessor done by Kyosho, the F12 Berlinetta. I assume at some point in time some resin company will make this. And this being die-cast, look at the paint rash. I'm starting to steer away from die-cast. Not all. I won't stop buying die-cast, but I'd rather buy a resin. Just because I don't think they're going to get paint rash like die-cast. A couple other front-engine Ferraris. Here we have a, it doesn't say the brand, but I think it's U2, just based off the base. And this is obviously the GTC Forluso. It's kind of like a Ferrari FF station wagon looking thing. I'm gonna lose this thing. And then the closest thing I have is the Novatec version. This is by U2. When I reviewed this, I didn't even realize it was a Novatec, so I had the wrong photos at the start. These two other brands, I don't recall any problems with the wheels, so that's a good thing. Yeah, that's the only detractor really here. And then I have a 599 GTO, and this is by DMH. Okay. So, a random question for you, Ferrari fans. Do you like front-engine Ferraris more than the rear-engine Ferraris? That's a tough call. I think I'd probably gravitate more towards the rear-engine Ferraris, but I could also see myself owning a front-engine Ferrari if I was rich enough. I would just have both. But I think performance-wise, it's probably just easier to see through the windshield of a rear-engine Ferrari than a front-engine Ferrari. I've driven a Dodge Viper across America, and that is a very long hood, and it's really difficult to place the corners of the vehicle because it's such a long hood. So, might also explain why the Corvettes are now rear-engined, although I don't feel it's a Corvette anymore. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next review. Sacrilegious, I don't know. Yeah, he did a good job, a great job with the clear coating. None of these decals will ever come off, so that's fantastic. Unfortunately, it's just that one rear wheel that's a letdown. For the price of a resin costing 10 times as much as other die-cast cars, I think these things should be perfect. What do you guys think? Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see ya.